Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you for being here today. We gather this morning with a shared purpose: to remember, to honor, and to stand together as a department and as a community. This isn't an ordinary day. It's a day we set aside every year to recognize those who gave everything in the line of duty. 13 officers who didn't just serve the city, they protected it with their lives. And this year, with heavy hearts, we add a 14th name. Community Service Officer Long Pham, who died in the line of duty late last year. It's a reminder that the risks of this profession don't only fall on sworn officers, but on everyone who wears a uniform in service to San Jose. My name is Deputy Chief Brandon Sanchez, and I have the honor of guiding us through today's ceremony. It's a privilege to stand here, not because it's easy, but because it matters. To the families who sit in attendance, your loss is carried by all of us. Your loved ones are not forgotten. Their memory is part of who we are and will always be. To the Mayor, Vice Mayor Pam Foley, City Manager Jennifer McGuire, Deputy City Manager Jennifer Shembry, our Independent Police Auditor Eddie Aubrey, and all City Council members and their staff, thank you. Thank you for standing with us and with these families. This is the 31st year our department has held this memorial. It began in 1994, and it became one of the most meaningful traditions within the department. It reminds us why we wear this badge, why we train hard, and why we must never forget. The San Jose Police Department has been serving this city for over 175 years. That long history, built on values we still hold today: integrity, service, courage, and commitment. Since 1849, our officers have stepped into the unknown for the sake of others. And while the department has changed with the times, one thing hasn't: the cost of service. The cost now includes 14 names, each one representing a life of dedication and a legacy that continues to shape us. To the families of our fallen, you are part of this department, always. We see your strength. We share your grief. And we honor your sacrifice. To every member of this department and all of our guests, thank you for standing with us. Your presence speaks volumes, and this remembrance carries weight because of you. At this time, I'd like to invite San Jose Police Chaplain Brian Allen for our invocation. Please stand.
If you'll pray with me. God, today we ask that you would be with us as we remember and reflect these men who gave the ultimate sacrifice of their life to help keep our city safe. God, we are grateful to have this day that we can honor them, and we will never forget them. God, you have said greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. And we are thankful for all these men and the sacrifice that they made. God, we're also grateful for all the men and women in law enforcement, both past and present, that risk their lives every day to keep us safe. God, we pray for the families and the friends that are here today, that you would encourage them, that they would feel your presence, which will give them your strength as we need to get through. God, remind them that we love them and support them, and they will forever be a part of the San Jose PD family. We pray these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors our department's honor guard, followed by a playing of our national anthem.
Uniform personnel, attend.
Thank you, Emerald Society, and thank you to our Honor Guard. Please remain standing while we observe a moment of silence in honor of our fallen officers.
All units stand by for the tone for a moment of silence. Attention all units. In recognition of National Peace Officers Memorial Day, we will observe a moment of silence to honor the memory of all police officers who have died in the line of duty, protecting and serving their community. This concludes the moment of silence for our fallen comrades. May they rest in peace. KMA 359, San Jose, citywide.
Thank you, Communications. We will now conduct the bell ceremony. Please be seated.
Sergeant Morris Van Dyke Hubbard, badge number 21. Killed July 12, 1924 by a hostage-taking gunman in close-range shootout. Officer John Buck, badge number 10. Died April 5th, 1933 from gunshot wounds suffered 5 weeks earlier while attempting to apprehend an armed robbery suspect in a car. Officer John J. Kovalesk, badge number 70. Killed November 15th, 1950 when shot by an armed burglary suspect who he had detected while in the process of a commercial burglary. Officer Richard E. Huerta, badge number 47. Killed August 6, 1970 by gunshots from a pedestrian with the intent to assassinate any officer he encountered that evening. Officer Robert A. White, badge number 2325. Killed January 27, 1985 by electrocution while investigating a vehicle collision in which a motorist struck a high-voltage transformer. Officer Henry Bunch, badge number 2076. Killed July 29, 1985 by an intoxicated arrestee who wrestled the officer's service weapon away and shot him. Officer Robert Worth, badge number 1596. Killed September 8, 1988 while on a police motorcycle pursuing a speeding motorist and was struck by another errant motorist in a traffic collision. Officer Gene R. Simpson, badge number 1409. Killed January 20th, 1989 by a mentally ill pedestrian who wrestled away and obtained the officer's service weapon and shot him. Officer Gordon A. Silva, badge number 1512. Killed January 20th, 1989 by gunfire in the same firefight with the mentally ill pedestrian who just mortally assaulted Officer Simpson. Officer Desmond J. Casey, badge number 2705. Killed October 25th, 1999 in an aircraft collision while piloting the department's police helicopter preparing for the upcoming shift. Officer Jeffrey M. Fontana, badge number 3702. Killed October 28th, 2001 by gunshot from a motorist on whom he had just initiated a vehicle stop while conducting follow-up on a recent criminal investigation. Officer Michael J. Johnson, badge number 3718. Killed March 24th, 2015 by gunshot immediately upon arriving at a call for assistance regarding a mentally ill disturbed male in possession of a firearm. Officer Michael J. Catherman, badge number 3900. Killed June 14th, 2016 while conducting traffic enforcement on a police motorcycle when another vehicle turned into his path, causing an unavoidable collision. Community Service Officer Long Pham, badge number 219C. Killed August 3rd, 2024, when he was struck along with another CSO by a drunk driver while performing traffic control duties at a scene of an earlier traffic collision.
Thank you, Honor Guard, Sergeant Dip, Sergeant Alfaro, and Officer O'Brien. I must take a moment to thank our Honor Guard and our San Jose Police Emerald Society Band for their unwavering dedication, not just today, but every day of the year. Whether it's traveling across the state to honor our fallen or standing at grave sites on anniversaries, they show up with hearts, perform with precision, and exude pride. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Mayor, Mayor Matt Mahan.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us today as we honor the officers of the San Jose Police Department who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our community. I want to thank my colleagues for taking the time out of their busy schedules to remember and pay tribute to these fallen officers and their families. Vice Mayor Foley, Councilmember Casey, Councilmember Salas, Councilmember Mulcahy, Councilmember Dwan, Councilmember Kamei. I see our Deputy City Manager Shembri, our Independent Police Auditor Eddie Aubry, as well as our Fire Department, District Attorney's Office, and other first responders and law enforcement agencies here this morning. Thank you all for being here. And thank you to Chief Joseph and our department's leadership for bringing us together for this annual remembrance. To the officers who are here today, paying tribute to your fallen brothers, thank you for answering the call to serve and protect. You have chosen a truly noble profession. You have pledged to protect lives. Your training requires that you confront danger. Despite the very real risks your job entails, you put on the badge each day and make our city proud. Thank you. Earlier this month, we got an all too real reminder of just how dangerous this calling can be when one of our officers was stabbed and seriously injured, subduing a man violently resisting arrest for wielding a machete in front of our neighbors at a store, a man who should not have been on our streets. Thanks to our officer's courage and the support of his fellow officers, family, and friends, he is recovering safely. I've been to the hospital too many times of late to see our officers seriously injured in the line of duty in our city. We have work to do to change that. But for now, I'm thankful that we will not be reading their names here today. Words cannot convey how grateful I am for the courage and selflessness of our officers. But today we will be reading a new name into the record. Something I've prayed I would never have to do as your mayor. On August 3rd, 2024, CSO Long Pham became the first San Jose community service officer to pay the ultimate sacrifice for our community. Mr. and Mrs. Pham, my heart breaks for you again today. This city is eternally grateful to you for sharing your son with us. Long's life was cut far too short, but it was a life of honor and service, a life worth living. And today we honor his service and his sacrifice. Since the death of Sergeant Morris Hubbard, San Jose's first fallen officer nearly 100 years ago, our city has mourned 13 other immeasurable losses. 14 officers who gave their lives in the line of duty. Each year, we pause and set aside this time to reflect upon the lives lived and the sacrifices made by these men as our small but sincere way of honoring them. Before these men were heroes, they were sons. They were husbands, brothers, fathers. Each day, after working to keep other people's families safe, these men came home to their own until the day they didn't. The day that every family of an officer prays will never come. I know for all of our officers that the sacrifices the job entails, sacrifices big and small, are always quietly shared by their families. To the families of those we could not keep safe, I cannot begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. There is no memorial that can heal that pain or fill that loss. The best we can hope to do here today is to properly honor these men by remembering their stories, celebrating their heroism, and committing ourselves to keeping their memories alive. So today I'd like to say thank you to the families. To the families of Community Service Officer Long Pham, Officer Michael Catherman, Officer Michael Johnson, Officer Jeffrey Fontana, Officer Desmond Casey, Officer Gordon Silva, Officer Gene Simpson, Officer Robert Wirt, Officer Henry Bunch, Officer Robert White, Officer Richard Huerta, Officer John Kovalesk, Officer John Buck, and Sergeant Morris Van Dyke Hubbard. To all of the family members of our fallen officers who are with us today, the City of San Jose is and will forever be grateful to you. Thank you for sharing your loved one with our city. Thank you for supporting him and following his calling, his commitment to serve others. His service to our community was a gift, one that we can never repay. And his story will be forever written into the history of our city. God bless the San Jose Police Department, our fallen officers and their families, and the city of San Jose. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Now please welcome MEF Chief Steward Heidi Mendiola.
Good morning. My name is Heidi Mendiola, and I am the Chief Steward of the Municipal Employee Federation Union and currently holding a position in the Operational Support Services Department here at San Jose Police Department. On behalf of MEF, AXME Local 101, and the entire union family, we want to extend our deepest condolences to our fallen officers, their loved ones, and all of those who serve beside them. MEF represents the majority of the administrative employees within the city of San Jose, as well as the community service officers here at San Jose Police Department. Community Service Officer Long Pham was not only a dedicated public servant, he was a beloved colleague, a true friend to many, and someone who brought light and calm to even the hardest moments on the job. His fellow CSOs and department members speak of him with such warmth about his determination, his kindness, and how much they look forward to working with him every day. Long chose this profession not for recognition, but because serving his community was his calling, something he had been drawn to from a young age. He believed deeply in public service, and he gave everything to it: his time, his energy, his heart, and ultimately, he gave more than any of us should ever have to give. As a union, we talk about solidarity, about standing together, and Long embodied that spirit. He was always there for his team, always ready to lend a hand or step up when someone needed support. He represented the best of what public service and community truly mean. Long's legacy reminds us that our labor is not just about making a living, it's about dignity, sacrifice, and the shared commitment to something bigger than ourselves. There's a saying, all gave some gave all, our fallen gave all, and they did it with humility, integrity, and compassion. We will carry their memory forward in our work and in our hearts. Your service, your sacrifice, and your spirit will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Steward Mendiola. Now please welcome the President of the San Jose Police Officers Association, Sergeant Steve Slack.
Thank you, Chief Sanchez. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for all of you taking some time out of your day, assembled here today to reflect and remember our fallen officers. I am always humbled to be able to say a few words regarding our heroes. There's a quote on the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C. that needs to be repeated for all of us to hear again. It says, it was not how these officers died that made them heroes, it is how they lived. Sons, brothers, husbands, fathers, partners, friends. It is how they lived and loved. Desmond's passion for flying. Jeff's love of the 49ers. Johnson always showing me his latest watch. And of course, Catman's love of the San Francisco Giants, while maybe enjoying an ice cream or two. Those are some of the fun memories that I have of the guys that I work beside. It is always an honor also to address so many of our fallen's family members. We love all of you and cannot thank you enough for sharing your family member with us. You know better than anybody the dangers of the law enforcement profession, the long hours, the late phone calls, the stresses, the burdens. You supported your family member in choosing this honorable career, and we will always support you going forward. Sorry, but you're stuck with us. But please know we miss our buddies who this community entrusted with their safety. Trust. There's a concept there. What is trust? A dictionary would say a firm belief, reliable, ability, confidence, strength in someone or somebody. Well, it's been difficult lately to feel that emotion of trust when dealing with some of the politicians and bureaucrats, progressive district attorneys, and judges who don't seem to value the victims of violent crime. The confidence begins to erode as zero bail experiments are still tried. Misguided legislation is still offered to protect the career criminal more than the victim. And some in the media are quick to shape a story with a bias against law enforcement that attempts to only tarnish our profession. I wish this year was different, but we're also still being attacked. And we're very fortunate that our brother officer recently stabbed by a career criminal while answering a call for help is on the road to recovery. But I have hope as I look at the active personnel out here today. Our thin blue line is getting thinner every day, but I am grateful for each of you. I say it all the time, but you do the job that most can't or wouldn't do. The communities in San Jose need you more now than ever, and they need more of you. You want to talk about who I trust? Those men and women in uniform are who I trust. We trust each other going through a door on a domestic. We trust each other on the car stop that's going sideways. We trust each other on the perimeter during the foot chase. We trust each other. Brothers and sisters for life. I trust you more than most of my blood family. I am very proud to work for you as your association president. Continue to do the professional work of securing the communities of this city from evil. Honor and respect our fallen by carrying on their mission. They led the way for you. Make our guardian angels proud by exhibiting your resiliency and bravery, and remain devoted to your incredibly essential work. I will end with this quote that also carries significance as we enter into Memorial Day remembrances, as well as for today's ceremony. It's a short passage from Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, "For each thorn, there's a rosebud. For each twilight, a dawn. For each trial, the strength to carry on. For each storm cloud, a rainbow. For each shadow, the sun. For each parting, sweet memories when sorrow is done." Please stay safe, watch each other's back, check in on each other. God bless all of you. God bless the entire San Jose PD. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Slack. It is now my pleasure to introduce Chief of Police Paul Joseph.
Good morning. Families of our fallen heroes, fellow officers, city leaders, distinguished guests, and members of our San Jose community. It is both an honor and a profound sorrow that brings us together in front of this enduring monument of stone and glass, a fitting home to this ceremony that we dedicated just 1 year ago to remember those who gave everything in service to our city. When we first stood here, our hope, as it is every year, was that this would be a lasting tribute, a place where every name on this memorial would remind us of past sacrifices. Yet today, with heavy hearts, we will add a new name, Community Service Officer Long Pham. To do this so soon after the monument's unveiling is a stark reminder that the dangers of our profession are ever present and, like this monument, stand as a vigilant reminder of the risks we face. Before we add Long's name, alongside the 13 officers already honored here, I want to again express our deepest condolences to his father, Sue, his mother, Kim, his brother, Sonny, and the entire Pham family. Your grace in the face of such loss continues to humble us. Each year, when we gather in the month of May for this remembrance, I can't help but reflect on the spectrum of dangers our department members faced in the previous year. It is not hyperbole to say that we dodged bullets, felt the peril of reckless vehicles, and were cut by knives when we encountered desperate souls' unpredictable behavior. There were immeasurable risks that accompanied countless numbers of calls for service. Beyond these physical dangers, you endured persistent and intense criticism, some justified, but most completely unfounded. And you shouldered the emotional weight of responding to tragedy and violence. These are experiences that echo long after a shift ends, and whose effects are inevitably taken home to your families. Over the past year, we have confronted all these situations and felt the sobering reality of needing to add another name to these panels. And in each of these moments, we recommit to enhancing training, refining tactics, investing in resources, and providing needed support so that we have done everything in our power to prevent more names from being engraved here. Despite all of this, each and every day, I come to work and I see our department members running faster towards these dangers, digging in and working harder to ensure they are the ones who encounter the armed and ill-intentioned, that they locate the online predator or scammer before an unsuspecting child or senior does. Each individual that wears this uniform is a living memorial of a tradition of excellence and dedication that is the San Jose Police Department. To the families of the 13 officers whose names already grace this monument, your resilience is the backbone of our department, and your courage in carrying forward each day inspires us all. We recognize that the grief does not end when the funeral is over. Your loved ones live on in your hearts and our hearts as well. Our profession is one with no goal line, no perfect score, and no job ever completed. The relentless nature of this work is precisely what draws extraordinary people to do it. A memorial like this is necessary to honor those who dedicate their lives to others. It reminds us all of why we wear the uniform and the badge. Long Pham embodied that mission from the very start. As a child, he bore every challenge with courage. As a young man, he pursued law enforcement with determination. And as a community service officer, he carried compassion with him on every call. Today, as we add his name to these panels, we honor him by embodying his values, his unwavering dedication to service, his kindness toward every neighbor, and his steadfast commitment to making San Jose safer for everyone. It is the next step in our commitment to Long and his family, and it is a place for the community to honor Long's service to them. To my fellow department members, each year in this month, we have the opportunity to leave here renewed in our purpose. Take it. Let our sacred traditions of remembrance strengthen our bonds with one another and inspire each of us to live up to the example set by Long Pham and those who have gone before him. To our community, may this monument continue to be a reminder of the real price of service and safety. To the families of our fallen, No one has ever given more than you have, and we will continue to honor you long after everyone standing here today is gone. God bless our fallen and their families, and God bless the entire San Jose Police Department.
Thank you, Chief Joseph. At this time, we will add a name of Community Officer Long Pham to the memorial. This addition reflects his sacrifice in the line of duty and mark his place among San Jose's fallen. We will now affix his name to the monument. We will observe a moment of silence as his name is placed. We will now conduct a flag ceremony in remembrance of our fallen officers. The flag ceremony represents the highest traditions in law enforcement and will include a firing of a cannon. Just to be advised, the cannon will be very loud. 21-gun salute, which will also be loud. Official troop formations, the movement of our police department flags to half-staff, the playing of taps, and the laying of a wreath by Chief Joseph in honor of our fallen. Uniformed personnel, please direct your attention to Honor Guard Commander and stand by for direction.